Good morning. Welcome to the Digital Weather Now. Time now 11:02. A couple things to talk about, much like yesterday. Number one, we're watching the Gulf of Mexico Invest 90L. All that means is the National Hurricane Center, kind of the authority over everything tropical in the Pacific, the Atlantic. They are investing more data, more resources, technology into tracking whatever this becomes. It is something that has a chance of becoming a tropical system within the next, specifically this go around, 3 to 5 days. Updating you on where it's going in just a moment, but first where it is right now. Technically over land. It's beginning to make that northward turn, being pulled up into the Gulf of Mexico. A lot of shower and thunderstorm activity with this. Now our radar does not go that far out, our radar network, but you can see the bright white cloud tops here. That's indicating heavier showers, a few stronger thunderstorms, but the actual center of circulation is well away from that, tucked down in here over the Yucatan just outside of Belize. And what that tells me, forecasters, meteorologists, is that there is quite a bit of wind shear here, and whatever tries to develop in this area is going to be pushed off to the east, away from the area of low pressure. That's one of the many limiting factors that this system is being faced with. But again, it's going to be moving into more favorable conditions over the next couple of days, turning off the track and where it is now, just putting satellite and radar in motion. And it doesn't look impressive. A little bit of rotation here in the mid levels, that's above the surface, so it's not tropical. We need that circulation to be a little lower. And just producing some shower thunderstorm activity in a place that typically sees shower and thunderstorm activity this time of year. Now, what we are watching going forward, deeper into the forecast, is that this is going to be kind of drawn northward over the next several days, really through the rest of the work week into the first part of the weekend. And actually, I'm going to update this for you right now on the weather computer. There is now a 60% chance of this becoming a tropical system with the morning update, and that is most likely to occur, again, once it is drawn northward. It's most likely to occur in that, Friday, Saturday time frame, and drawn northward somewhere central and northeastern Gulf of Mexico. Somewhere in here, we might try to see a circulation get a little more organized. Of course, right now it's still disorganized, but somewhere within this orange circle may see something tropical spin up out of this. Regardless, it's going to remain pretty weak. Tropical depression, tropical storm. And as far as impacts for us, increasing our rain chances, that is about it at this time. So obviously, probably a lot of questions coming in, both about this and the local weather pattern, the rain chances we have continuing today. I want to remind you, I have posted a web story to WTOC.com, my Facebook page, excuse me, WTOC Cutter Martin. There is also a link to a web story with all of the information posted kind of in a condensed, summarized form if you'd like to give it a read. Also, there's a clip from the earlier Daybreak newscast of my 10 past the hour Safe Touch Security First Alert tropical update. So all that information is there. I want to shift gears back to our forecast, taking you outside first, what we have going on today. No major issues out there, actually pretty gorgeous. But notice, getting to that 11 to 1 time frame, WTOC Vaden Chevrolet Pooler Skycam, those clouds, as we were talking about this morning, starting to build up. So everything going pretty much according to plan. We're starting to see our first few showers develop. And now I'm going to take you back to Safe Touch Security First Alert Live Radar. Again, everything just now starting to kind of fire up out there. Nothing significant going on. Switching radar modes for you right now so you can get a better idea of exactly where the shower activity is. It's going to be up here far northern Screven County, north of Sylvania, Vidalia, Montgomery County, Toombs County, Wheeler County, portions of Tattnall County now, also Manuel County, Keller Jenkins County. It's just a couple of pop-up showers. That's live radar, but I want to take you back the past 45 minutes so you can get an idea of how this stuff is popping up and where it's moving today. Everything moving in a north and easterly direction. And I also did a Facebook post about this, something interesting we're watching as far as today's forecast, tonight's forecast. We have a little area of low pressure kind of spinning away over here. Of course, this is not tropical, but a little low, and that's adding extra lift to the atmosphere. And we're seeing persistent heavy rain develop in this area. And this little low may try to back off to the east into our area later today, enhancing rainfall this afternoon and possibly going into the evening. And depending on what state this is in, if it's still well defined when it gets into our area. We could see that rain chance actually linger a little longer into the night than originally anticipated. So that's something that we're watching today as far as the forecast is concerned. Let's see what everyone's talking about. Jumping over to the Facebook Live. So if you have a question, feel free to ask it. Going to answer some of those coming in right now. Dora wants to know why we are calling it an Invest. You may have missed my explanation earlier. Basically, Invest 90L. That is what the National Hurricane Center is calling it, because this simply is just a title that they refer to something when they are going to send more resources. They are investing more data, resources, technology, all of that sort of gamut there into tracking and forecasting this system. So they are investing more. They are now calling it an invest. This is a step or two before calling it a depression, storm, hurricane, major hurricane. So it's a little confusing there, I understand. Feel free if you have any questions, any more clarification needed on that, just holler at me. But they are calling it Invest 90L because this just means they're investing more into it to better their forecast and get a better idea of where it's going and what it may do. So Dora, again, that is the National Hurricane Center. That's their official title. We like to stick with them to make sure it's a nice, clean message. Everyone's calling it the same thing. Basically, it's just an area of storminess down in the Caribbean, but its official name is Invest 90L. So Valerie wants to know how much rain for Orlando for the next week. Several inches. It's been rainy down there the past week. It's going to be rainy again, really rainy this weekend, Memorial Day weekend down in Orlando. Holly, hopefully you got that. Again, we're watching Invest 90L, area of disturbed weather. Some folks, and I'm just now getting in on this, so you may have missed the first part, but we just shifted over to the forecast, so hopefully you got at least a glimpse of that. So this is what we're doing, loading it back up here. We are watching Invest 90L, eyes on the Gulf. It's not in the Gulf yet, but that's going to be the time to watch as far as any development is concerned. Right now, it's tucked down in here. It was in the Gulf of Honduras this morning, now over the Yucatan, so it is not developing today. It's not developing tomorrow, probably not developing Friday, but going a little deeper into the forecast here, once it is pulled northward, and it has begun kind of that northward shift there, it may develop into something tropical once all that storminess, what we're calling Invest 90L, gets up into the Gulf of Mexico. So somewhere roughly within this orange circle, we could see a tropical system develop, and it would move northward towards the north central Gulf Coast. There is a 60% chance of that occurring within the next 3 to 5 days. So not today, not Thursday, not Friday, but maybe late Friday or so, like night, into Saturday, Sunday, Monday, as this gradually shifts northward. We could see 90L, just storminess over open ocean water, become something tropical, perhaps getting a name. Mary wants us to keep coastal McIntosh County in your radar. It's always there, but we got to change the view from time to time depending on what we're talking about, so we can't keep it on there all the time. But definitely we will, of course, be showing different areas and going back to Safe Touch Security First Alert Live Radar, what we have going on right now. And I will zoom back out for you so you can see again what's going on. Coastal McIntosh County, nothing going on right now. You all are dry, so our focus is actually off to the north and west. But Mary, if you'd like a fresh look, you are fine and dry. Darien, Townsend, nothing going on. A few clouds building up, watching inland areas, a few showers, thunderstorms beginning to develop. Sorry, reading the comments here. Felicia wants to know how Port Windward's going to be impacted by rain. If you're talking about today, like the past few days, scattered downpours, it's kind of hit or miss, little luck of the draw. I think the focus is inland today, but everyone, even the beaches, have that rain chance as whatever develops inland tracks north and eastward. So that's what we're watching today, scattered downpours. I think, Felicia, maybe rains for 20-30 minutes heavily if you are impacted by a storm, and then it gradually tapers off. If you're talking about rain being impacted from the Gulf storminess coming up this Memorial Day holiday weekend, really the only change from the past several days is rain could be more widespread, longer lasting, and occur at pretty much any time of day, not just the afternoons or not just past sunrise. So it could impact you a little more so than what the rain the past several days has, especially Sunday into Memorial Day Monday. Hello, Emily. Hey, Mike. Thank you, Roxana, down in Jessup, for watching. Jessup, right now, you're dry. high, but I'm watching Pierce, Brantley County showers, Ware County as well, moving your way towards the Jessup general area down there, Roxana. Let's see. So hopefully that helped to answer some of those initial questions coming in. I'm going to lay out, just jump right to it, that 7-day forecast, because I know today's Wednesday. Some of you lucky dogs may have tomorrow, Friday off going into Memorial Day weekend. So I want to ensure that you have an idea about the extended forecast, kind of what we're watching here, and keeping you updated here. Letting this load up, answering some questions. Felicia, you're very welcome. Thank you for watching. Let's see. Randall says, races at Oglethorpe Speedway in Pooler Friday night. We don't like rain, LOL. I think by night, like if it's late there, Randall, it may not be a complete washout. I think Friday is still mainly a daytime rain chance, especially Friday night into early Saturday. Golfing, beach plans, whatever you got outdoors, late Friday, early Saturday, this may be your best bet. But we're still going to be watching that time. And Deanie, thank you for watching out. Metter showers in your general area as well. Angie and Ralph Dixon, outdoor plans Sunday afternoon, Hinesville. Should we worry? I'm saying think of a plan B, kind of get that in the back of your head right now. If it were me, I would start thinking about my plan B, but I wouldn't cancel yet. We're not to the cancel stage yet. We desperately need more rain. And we are getting rain, but you know, it's falling at a time in which a lot of folks have outdoor ceremonies on Memorial Day, maybe weekend plans. So Sunday, go ahead and have your plan B, but don't cancel those plans just yet. William, I'll get to Future Radar in just a moment. Jose, it's going to be raining in Atlanta as well Sunday, Monday, looking pretty wet up there. Let's see. It looks like that's all the good ones coming in. Roxana, you're welcome. Thank you for watching. So let's see. I'm going to pull up, let's see. Here we go. I'm pulling up a different map, so bear with me here. I'm pulling up a different map to show you an idea of rain totals, you know, as far as kind of the whole area is concerned. So here we go. So this is a look as soon as it loads up here. It's in the process of loading up of forecast rainfall totals. This is just one computer model. So if you're wondering about your plans outside of the coastal empire and the low country, if your plans are going to get rained on in Florida, the Gulf Coast, Atlanta, Alabama, wherever you're going for this weekend, now's the time to listen and to look at your screen. So I'm going to change some of the variables here. Bear with me for just a second. Switching out some of this data. Okay, looks like it's all good. So I'm going to now go through today, Wednesday. Notice the clock up top. And going into the future, Thursday, Friday, of course, rain is adding up through Friday and early Saturday, but this is what we're already having, just the scattered stuff. So this is not related to anything tropical or Invest 90L. But going through late Saturday, Sunday, into Monday, here we are Tuesday, look how much rain has fallen. Inland areas, 3-4 inches. 5 inches down in Tallahassee, probably more than that. Coastal Louisiana, Mississippi, far western Florida Panhandle, Mobile area. Florida, especially the west side of the peninsula, it's going to be wet. The Gulf beaches, a little drier, the eastward beaches. And this data, again, it's likely to change because we have no idea where the center of circulation may be, how organized it's going to be. Maybe the wind shear keeps showers and thunderstorms on the east side of the circulation. So let's say it makes, you know, it goes into the central Gulf Coast. If the wind shear continues, and a lot of it's on the east side, which may, of course, happen, that'll impact areas to the east more than the west. So I know I'm throwing a lot of stuff at you. What I want you to know is it looks soggy Sunday and Monday, at least periodically. And it's a weekend where more folks than normal have outdoor plans and ceremonies and everything going on. So just keep an eye on those days, because I would say at this point, have your plan B. Think about what your plan B may be. Pardon the pun there. But don't cancel those plans just yet. We're working to fine-tune not only the amounts of rain we may see, but the timing. Hopefully you can still plan around some of these waves of rain, but there is a potential that you may get rained out Sunday into Monday, especially just scattered rain Friday and Saturday. See, overall rainfall amounts through Wednesday are not that impressive in Savannah, I-95, but they are a little heavier further inland. So it doesn't even necessarily mean that we're going to see crazy rain or anything like that, but it means that rain may be a little more widespread than what we've seen and lasting a little bit longer during the daytime and perhaps the overnight hours. So it is more likely that it's going to impact those plans. Judy, Saturday morning graduation in Brooklyn. I think Saturday morning still, if you had to pick a time, I think Saturday morning is one of the better times to do that. I can't guarantee that it's going to be absolutely dry. We've had scattered showers and storms every single day for the past 10, 12 days, and that pattern continues. But I think Friday night into Saturday morning, probably one of the drier times that we're going to be watching up here. Jean, looks a little wetter up in Myrtle Beach as well. Vicky, not expecting any heavy winds. It's really just rain that we're talking about here. Windy up in Hampton today. We're talking about scattered storms in Hampton through the afternoon and the early evening. Brenda, what did you say about Friday AM or PM? Friday PM to Saturday AM. This may be the time where we are driest. Now, there's still a chance of rain, but any impacts from Invest 90L, whatever it becomes or doesn't become, that's not late Friday, that's not early Saturday. That's going to be Sunday, Monday especially. This time period, Friday, Saturday, is really just more what we've already seen, which is scattered daytime showers and thunderstorms. Rhonda, Friday PM, 8 p.m., fingers crossed you're good, but there is a rain chance. But I still think Friday evening, Saturday morning, can't give you anything specific. I wish I could snap my fingers and know, exactly when the rain's going to hit and where it's going to hit, but unfortunately, I can't. I would be almost fibbing if I was that specific at this early. The setup favors rainfall during the day Friday, but I still think late Friday, early Saturday, one of the better times, and I wouldn't be overly worried right now. Just keep in the back of your mind that there could be some rain around, and we'll be keeping you updated about that. Bertha and Jessup, you have scattered showers and thunderstorms today. Pardon me, I forgot the name earlier who asked for this, but they were wanting future radar. I'm pulling it up now. Hopefully I haven't left the conversation, so just bear with me while I load this on up. Again, this is about today. We do have scattered showers and storms already developing out there, and they will persist through the afternoon. So here we are, 11 a.m. It's loading up for us. There's the showers and isolated storms developing. Watch as we go through the afternoon. They increase, everything moving north and eastward. And on my Facebook page, I posted about a little area of low pressure to our north and west in West Georgia this morning. That may increase our chance of rain even more so than some data was originally indicating coming up this afternoon if you live inland. So Swainsboro, Santa Claus, Baxley, Bacon County, Waycross, Coffee, Jeff Davis counties, Wheeler County, this area far west, well west of I-95. You may have a slightly greater rain chance than yesterday just because this is going to help add a little oomph to our rain chance today. It's going to help lift the atmosphere more so than yesterday, and we may be seeing more rain than what we had yesterday, primarily inland west of I-95. By 8:30, we're still seeing lingering areas of showers, a couple of thunderstorms, and we may see rain actually linger into the evening hours, but it still looks to focus inland. That's at midnight. We may still have rain on First Alert radar, partially because of the little tiny storm system that we've been tracking this morning in West Georgia. That may help lift the atmosphere, add a little more fuel to the fire, so to speak, and keep rain chances going a little bit longer today. Barbara, I can't answer when the rain's going to hit your backyard. It's just pop-up. It's like popcorn. To kind of use an analogy here, it's like putting a popcorn bag in the microwave and, setting 1, 2, 3 minutes, whatever, and trying to forecast which kernel is going to pop when. Unfortunately, it's just that summertime weather pattern where pretty much, we have the moisture check. We have the heat check. We have a source to help lift some of that air and the water to condense and form clouds check. So we have a smattering of showers and thunderstorms in the forecast today. Now, Richmond Hill, I would say that your forecast or your rain chance is greatest between maybe now and 2, 3 p.m. So I can give you a window, but unfortunately I can't be that much more specific than that. Angel is traveling to Orlando Monday. How's weather supposed to be that day? It is going to be wet in general in Florida Monday day, especially the West Coast, the Gulf Coast, but Orlando looking like a wet Memorial Day weekend there as well. Brenda, hopefully that helped you answer any forecast questions you may have. And again, 85 or so folks watching now. I want to remind you, we just covered a lot of information. That information, there's a video in the WTOC weather app. It's a little bit of an update since I posted that this morning. Now a 60% chance that we will see tropical development. And you can see up at the top, well, it just reloaded there, but we do have videos at the top talking, number one, about the weekend tropical development. You can give that a watch. Also, isolated morning rain, scattered storms. Today's forecast, only minor adjustments since then as far as the forecast thinking. And those adjustments are the Hurricane Center now has a 60% chance of Invest 90L. As I load this back up, 60% chance of it developing into something tropical rather than this morning's 50% chance. And the adjustment to today's rain chances, I think rain may now linger a little bit longer into the evening compared to what we have seen. So I'm going to leave you on this last and final note. Area of low pressure over the Yucatan. It's not developing anytime soon. Not today, not Friday. Probably, you know, maybe Friday night into Saturday, but really Sunday into Monday, the time that we're watching as this gets pulled northward into the central Gulf Coast, may form something tropical here over the Gulf Coast and throw a lot of rainy moisture into the Gulf Coast and the southeastern United States. So we're looking at an increase in rain chances here. Rain may be a little heavier, a little more widespread, and more persistent, a gloomier forecast compared to the past several days. We're talking about Sunday into Monday here. So we've given you that window. We're certainly watching it, and we will be passing along more updates, even more so than we normally do. WTOC.com, on TV, and in the WTOC weather app. Chief Meteorologist Dave Turley is here. He'll have the complete forecast coming up at noon.